We're joined now by S. Ramakrishnan from Thiruvananthapuram, a railway expert who's tracked railways very closely. Mr. Ramakrishnan, from the initial reports that you have been seeing, what one hears that the Coromandel Express was at a high speed at the Bahanaga Bazar railway station in Balasore. We're still not completely certain on whether it collided with a goods train and derailed, or whether it derailed and collided. And then at the same time, the train from Bengaluru to Howrah was crossing on the other track, and some bogies of the derailed Coromandel Express hit the other train, and those bogies in the other train as well derailed in this thing. The large impact of this has been on the Coromandel Express. What do you make out of the images that you've seen and reports that you've been listening to on this tragedy?
Yeah. First thing is I am Thiruvananthapuram Ramakrishnan, not Thiruvananthapuram.
Okay.
So that's a correction. And the second thing is it is not very clear whether the train that is moving from Bengaluru to Howrah first derailed and then on which actually the Coromandel Express hit, or the Coromandel Express derailed first and then train from Bengaluru to Howrah has hit on that. Because everything has, all these things happened in within 15 minutes, 12 to 15 minutes time. So it is not very clear. Only the investigation will tell us the sequence of events that has happened there actually clearly. My understanding is that in the third line, the goods train was standing or moving, and some of the coaches have when they have derailed have fallen there also, and that also has created impact on that. So this kind of accident has happened around 30 years. The similar kind of accidents has happened around 30 years back in Maniyambadi, if my memory is right. And there also one train has derailed and then left the coaches have fallen on the next track, and the other train came and then hit that. So this is a kind of unique accident. Normally when the derailment happens, there the matter ends, but this time the derailment happens and within a very short time the next train came and rammed it.
Right.
So
Mr. Ramakrishnan, tell us what happens in an investigation of this nature at this stage. Can you just take us step by step on how an investigation comes through? By when would we have clarity on exactly what happened, and what are the potential possibilities that could have resulted in this?
Yeah, the Railway Safety Commissioner is responsible for carrying out the investigation. To be neutral to the whole process, the Railway Safety Commissioner office is being paid by the Ministry of Civil Aviation, not by the Railways. Okay, so they will be paid only by them, and they don't have to report to the Railway Board or Railway Ministry for that matter. They are independent body. Railway Safety Commissioner and his office is independent body, and they will carry out the investigation thoroughly, step by step, on by not only looking at the site but also doing forensic studies on the materials that are left out on the tracks. So they do the complete study, and it may take at least a month or so for them to come out with a good report.
Right.
So, and then based on which actually the cause of the reason will be known.
Okay.
Exact cause of the reason will be known.
So, would you say that the key questions right now in terms of investigating and finding out what really happened, at least to have a preliminary and cursory understanding of the sequence of events, would be that A, did the Coromandel Express derail and collide with the goods train, or did it collide and derail with it? Was there a switching? Is that possible in terms of tracks? We believe that's one of the questions that's happened. Could it have been a signal error? Would you believe that these are the three main questions that need to be answered on whether it is a human error, whether it was a technical fault, or whether it was just an accident that was caused because of some other reason?
Yeah, you are right, absolutely right. They will consider all the possibilities, even including the possibility of sabotage that might have happened, because even if you if the rail is cut for a small distance, even for half meter or 1 meter, the train can derail and it would have resulted in a sequence of events. So they will investigate into all aspects, starting from sabotage to the signal failure to the human, whether the driver has jumped the signal and then passed on that. So everything will be investigated thoroughly by this railway safety commissioners, and the railway safety commissioners are capable of clearly identifying they are well trained for this purpose, and they are capable of coming out with the real reason behind that without any ambiguity. So that is what they will do normally.
Right.
They will not leave anything ambiguous at the end of the investigation.
Right. They'll have to probe all
It's
angles.
not like a railway. It's not like they will put all the angles and they will clearly say what it is. It's not like a air accident. This could have happened, that could have happened. No.
Right.
Here actually they will be able to do it thoroughly.
Okay. Mr. Ramakrishnan, we'll have to take a very short break in this, but thanks so much for putting those details out. Of course, there will be questions raised about the anti-collision system, the absence of it in that line, several other serious questions about railway safety itself, on whether we need a technical upgrade, which we definitely do, according to many experts on that matter.